Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you. Today I have such an exciting video and I'm so pumped to share with you. As you see here, it is a little bit different than what I've previously been doing, but I am super stoked. I have one of these books. It's called Createthisbook and it's made by Moriah Elizabeth. If you don't know about this book or about Moriah Elizabeth, I will explain a little shortly after. But I have a couple pages that I drew on and created and I would love to share it with you. So if you would like to see what I did, keep on watching and let's art today. So the first page that I'm going to create on is this one right here. It says create a page of polka dots. Put polka dots on this page. And the first thing that popped into my head was that mandala dot art that has been going around lately. And that's what I wanted to create on top of this page. So since I'm going to be painting on top of these pages, they aren't really that sturdy, I would say, and a lot of times when you get these types of pages wet, they will start to rip. So I'm putting down a layer of sheepskin chalk paint just to give me my first coat and something for the second coat of paint to adhere to. After I let the paint completely dry, I had pulled out this circle stencil that I had in my craft supply for many years. My father gave it to me to help with some circle drawings. Anyways, I pulled it out and started making a bunch of different size circles all over my pages just to help with the effect that I was going for. So as I'm finishing up drawing circles all over my pages, I want to tell you a little bit more about this book and the artist behind the book. So this book, once again, is called Createthisbook, and it's created by an artist called Moriah Elizabeth. If you don't know who she is, she has a YouTube channel that I will link in the description box below. You can check her out. She's a really talented artist. She made this book back in 2015 and I purchased my book back in 2020. I already started a couple of pages, but lately I have seen this book come back into YouTube world and I wanted to share some of my experience with you. So this book has a bunch of prompts that you can do on the page however you like and see fit, and I just think it's a really good book and I can't wait to continue showing my art experiences through the pages. So to paint in my pages, I am using my Posca paint markers to do so. Now, at first I thought I was going to use an array of colors, but I only chose a few. Now, at the beginning of this book, there is a page called Create a Rule for Yourself. So all you have to do is make a rule and follow it on each page of this book unless it conflicts with the instructions. And then there's a little place where you write in your rules. For example, you can draw a symbol on every page, date the bottom of each page or a sticker, and so on and so forth. For my rule, I have 3 specific colors that I put on every single page, and that is pink, yellow, and blue. And then I also date each page. So as you see here, I'm starting off with my rule colors, which are the pink, yellow, and blue colors. And then I go in with my separate colors for the page, which is for this side is going to be orange and black. So as you see here, I'm filling the outer edges of the circle using my orange Posca paint marker. Now I wanted to get that effect that the paint of circles were overlapping one another like they do in that mandala dot art. Now this was for some reason a little bit of a challenge for me because I wasn't quite sure how to get that effect. All I really had to do was fill in the circle and then create the black circles throughout it. I just made it a little bit harder for myself, but the end result is still really pretty and I loved how it turned out. I do continue this until this side of the page is completely filled with orange and black circles. Now I do have to mention I did go over some of the orange a couple of times, and so I did the same thing with the pink, blue, and yellow colors just to make them a little bit more opaque and to clean up some of the lines if I overlapped, and you can see just to clean it up a bit. bit. Now that the side has completely dried, I'm moving over to the second page and I'm doing the exact same thing, just a little bit of different placement of where the circles are and different colors, which are going to be green and black on this side. As I'm filling up my dots here and you are new to this channel and haven't yet subscribed, I would love for you to do that today. All you have to do is click that big red subscribe button down below and make sure to hit on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you when I upload new videos. And I would love for you to be part of my virtual art family. Here's how the completed pages turned out. I really like it. I know it's not the traditional polka dots that you see every day, but I really like the outcome of how it turned out. I love the different colors on each page with the green and the orange, and then my rule in the middle. I would love to know what you think about this page down in the comment section below, and tell me what you would have done differently if you were creating this book. Moving on to the next page that I will create or make over. This page says create a page of checkers. Put checkers here, which is pretty much straightforward, but the first thing that popped into my head was Alice in Wonderland. That is one of my favorite books and also one of my favorite movies, both the Disney version and the Tim Burton version. I would love to know if you like both of them or just one better than the other, but I think they're both good. Anyways, to make my checkered pattern, I'm taking a ruler and creating the straight lines. Now I'm using the width of the ruler to make my lines evenly, and then I will move on to the other direction to make that pattern. Since I'm going with Alice in Wonderland themed for this page, I want to make little mushrooms. So I'm starting off in the corner of one of the pages and I'm going to make little mushrooms, about 3 of them all together on both of the pages. After I draw in the mushroom, I do go in with my eraser and erase all the lines that are inside of the mushroom. I'm a very visual person, so I have to see kind of what it looks like before moving on to the next one. For this section over here, I wanted to draw in a little teacup. So I did find a picture off of Pinterest that had a little tea set, and on one of the cups it had the Cheshire's cat smile on it, and I wanted to recreate that, so that's what I'm doing here. I will draw in the lines and then I will erase the lines that I don't want inside of the teacup. So now I'm drawing in my teapot. I'm going to draw it kind of on both pages. As you see here, it's more on the left side of the page, but it does come over to the right side of the page. All I did was Google a picture of a teapot just to get a reference from, and then I draw in my own detailing later. Lastly, I'm just drawing a little pocket watch on this side of the page. it's time to fill in my sketch with the paint, and I'm going to use my Posca paint markers once again. Now I did start painting on my Posca paint markers with my rule colors, which are pink, yellow, and blue, once again on the stem of the mushroom. And as I was doing this, I noticed that I forgot to put down my first layer of paint so that my Posca paint markers have something to adhere to. I realized that, and then I start filling in the rest of my sketches using that same sheepskin chalk paint that I used earlier all over my sketches. After the paint had completely dried, I am now going back in with my Posca paint markers and adding more colors to my sketches. I'm going in with red tops for my mushrooms and filling that all in. I do go and fill each of the mushroom stem using my rule colors, which are pink, yellow, and blue, and I do the same colors for each of the mushrooms. For my teacup, since it is the Cheshire's cat, I went in first with a dark purple color and filled in the handle and some of the stripes, and then I went in with my pink Posca paint marker and filled in the remainder of the stripes. As you see here, I'm taking that same purple Posca paint marker and I'm outlining the teapot itself. I was still unsure as to which direction I wanted to go by decorating this teapot, so at first I just outlined it until I got a better feel of what exactly I wanted to do with it. So once I figured out which direction I wanted to go, I am using the handle and the spout like I did the teacup, which is adding the purple and pink stripes just like the Cheshire cat. But for the actual teapot itself, I'm going in with a dark green Posca paint marker to mimic the Mad Hatter's hat. And lastly, I'm taking a black Posca paint marker and I'm outlining the checker pattern that we made earlier. And then off camera, I will put in all the detailing and color in all the checker pattern. I didn't feel the need to show you all of that because it did take up quite some time and I wanted to keep this video a little bit shorter. So as you see here, like magic, whoop, here is all the details and this is how it turned out. I absolutely love how this page turned out. Now I did go in with a very detailed gel pen and added more details on top of all of my artwork that I created just to give it a little bit more details, and I just really loved how it turned out. I would really love to know which one was the favorite out of the two that I have created today down in the comment section below. Also, let me know if you would like to see more of Create This Book videos in the future down there as well. Don't forget, if you are new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to stay and hang out with us. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.